there everybody, Michelle Eva here with NerdBlender. Today I will be doing a review of the new movie King of Staten Island, starring Pete Davidson and Bill Burr. King of Staten Island is a semi-autobiographical film based on Pete Davidson's life after his father passed away on September 11th, 2001 in the World Trade Center. I have been a fan of Pete Davidson's ever since his debut on Saturday Night Live, but I didn't know much about his personal life besides what he had spoken about in his stand-up. So it was nice to feel like I got a better glimpse into his life and what he has struggled with. To start off, all of the actors hired were very talented and fulfilled their roles accordingly. Great acting techniques, and the script was very well written for the characters that needed to be portrayed in his life. There were a lot of well-known actors also hired for this film, but I also recognized a lot of new faces that I've never seen before, and they did a fantastic job. They did do just as good as a job as the celebrities that were in the film, and I just wish there were more scenes with his friends involved, because there could have been so much more character development between them that would explain more of the story and how Pete's relationships with his friends really were. I just felt like there were a lot of gaps in between there that just didn't line up. As for cinematography, the movie was shot pretty well actually. The camera team really knew what they were doing regarding sets, angles, lighting, and editing. Every scene looked crisp and came from a good point of view, except for just one scene. The scene I'm referring to was shot almost as if it was supposed to be from the point of view of Pete's eyes. And it just gave me an awkward feeling, the way that it was looking down at the actors. It felt pretty out of place, but again, it only lasted about 5 to 10 seconds anyway. I would love to know what made them decide to use this point of view only once in the whole movie. I just thought it was an interesting choice. Kind of threw me off. Now for the soundtrack. I felt that the soundtrack left a lot to be desired. A lot of the music used in the film felt like cheesy, royalty-free music that you could find online, aside from the opening and closing song, which was The Pursuit of Happiness by Kid Cudi. There were a lot of plot lines that were not very fulfilled. There was no real big climax of the story, and I feel like the ending had no resolution whatsoever, and it kind of just left me sitting there like, this is it, after about 2.5 hours. Overall, it just felt like watching an average person's life, and because of this, a lot of the jokes didn't land because they felt out of place. Another thing that I thought was an odd choice in the plot is that they do not mention 9/11 at all, even though it's in the summary of the movie. Instead, they just say that his father simply died in a fire. I just don't understand why they decided to change that bit of information. The film was also a little bit longer than I would have wanted it to be. After about an hour, it really felt like the story was just dragging for the next hour and a half. So I feel like they could have put like a little more climax in there, make it a little bit more interesting. I mean, if it's only semi-autobiographical. Yeah, overall, I'd give it 3 NerdBlenders. Personally, I do not think that it was worth $20 just to rent. If I could have bought it for $20, then okay, it kind of justifies it. I'm a huge fan of comedies as well, and this just didn't feel like a traditional comedy to me. It felt like a lot of the jokes just like didn't land. It wasn't a movie that you sit and just like laugh the whole time. But it wasn't a total bad watch. It just really felt dragged out, and some scenes just felt very unnecessary. But overall, go and check it out. You may enjoy it. It's just a little slower than what I would have expected as a comedy from Pete Davidson. And this concludes my review on King of Staten Island. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next time on NerdBlender.